Good morning, Buies Creek. Welcome back. Today we're going to be talking with Sarah Hayes. Sarah is a high school senior at Harnett Central High School, and we're excited to have her here. We're continuing on talking about how this COVID-19 shutdown and self-isolation and social distancing is affecting people in many different ways that we may not are thinking about at this time. So, Sarah, what did you think when it became clear that things were going to go online and your senior year, as you imagined it, was about to change?
Probably when I realized that my math class was probably going to be online, because that's a class through CCCC, and I'm not good at math already, and so having that math class in person is what I was like, is how I was getting through it, because I could see the teacher and I could like process it, and if they needed to go back over it, they could. So with this switching to online, it's a lot different and not necessarily what I signed up for. So I'm worried about that because it's not going good.
Yeah, it's tough. What about the aspect of helping? Like, what kind of helper is the school offering you, or are you having to kind of learn this on your own? How's that been going?
They keep sending out like emails that'll tell us, here are the resources that you have. You can use Blackboard Collaborate, which is where you can like sort of like FaceTime, so you can see your professor. And then they've got the online library if you need books, and then they've given us our books, and that's all through CCCC. The high school has given us textbooks, and they do a drive-through through the front of the school that you can pick up work in a Chromebook if you need it, and then they did that yesterday and last Monday. And then they're doing bagged lunch for ages 1 through 19 for any kid that's in school in Harnett County. And so,
yeah, it's just a crazy reality. With all of that, like, what about from a social aspect? What is something that you were looking forward to as kind of your senior year that now is sort of maybe has already been canceled, is up in the air? What are those things you were really looking forward to that maybe not happening now?
Prom, because I have already gotten my dress. I got it end of last year, and so I've been like waiting because Savannah can finally go with me, and I was so excited to go with Savannah. And then they pushed it back to, it was originally April 3rd, and then they pushed it back tentatively to May 15th. And then now they've extended our period of not going to school until May 15th. And so I don't know if they're going to push it back or if they're going to cancel it. I don't know about that. Senior games, which is something that I've been looking forward to since Abby was a senior, and I don't know if they're going to cancel that or push it back. I haven't heard anything about that. And then graduation, which I've not heard anything about that either.
Well, you mentioned Savannah, one of your best friends. How are you staying connected with all your friends? Like, how is that working?
So far, this past Friday, me and Savannah and one of our good friends, Maddie, went to the beach before it closed. And so that was really fun to just sit there and be with each other and be able to talk with each other face to face instead of like through a screen or through text. Me, Savannah, and Kaylee still do our Sunday study group. So that's where we'll go to Savannah's house and we'll sit there and do our homework. And even if we're not like talking to each other, we're still with each other.
Yeah, good. What about bright spots? Is anything like Has there been any positives come out of this that you weren't expecting that maybe you can take away, or is it just kind of at this point, this is not really fun?
Right now, it's just, this is not really fun. I hope there's gonna be some bright things out of it. My mom showed me something yesterday, and it was like, all these seniors are upset that their senior plans have gotten canceled, but then it was like, during high school seniors, like during the Vietnam War, were in Vietnam. And so that put that in perspective for me. And so I'm trying not to be as upset about it.
Yeah. Well, I just want to say I'm so sorry. As I was thinking about this the other day, I remember my senior year, and it's easy for us to kind of on this side of it say, oh, it's just, you won't remember that later on. But man, I remember that time, and it was, I don't know what I would have done. So I'm praying for you. What are some ways we can, as a church, how the people that will watch this, how can they pray for you and your friends? Like, what are some things that we can pray for?
For us to get into like the groove of having our classes online. Because I know I'm not an online learner. That's why I like the in-person classes. So having that change is really hard for me right now. And I'm sure it's hard for a lot of other students.
All right.
That's the big thing, is switching from in-person to online.
Well, Sarah, thank you so much for coming in and doing this. I know it's hard, and I'll be praying for you. I know everybody watching will be praying for you, and we're just hoping this thing will go away. We hope the prom, we hope the graduation, we hope all that takes place and you get to enjoy that. And then next year heading off to UNCW, so that'll be exciting as well. So thank you again for watching Good Morning Buies Creek. Next week, or next time, next on Friday actually, we will be talking with Paula Smith. And Paula is not only here, but has family, mom and dad in Georgia. And we're going to talk about that and what it looks like when you're here and your family's elsewhere. But thanks again for watching Good Morning Buies Creek. Have a great day.